Call the member for vote, please.
Mr Speaker, I rise to inform the House today that yesterday was, being the 15th of February, was celebrated as the National Day of Serbia, and I ask the House to join with me in sending our best wishes to the Serbian community in New South Wales. There are around 35,000 people in New South Wales community who lay claim to Serbian ancestry, according to the last census in 2006, and 7,000 of these people were born in Serbia. Serbian National Day gives us an opportunity for those in the New South Wales community with Serbian background to celebrate significant milestones in the history of the country. The day indeed commemorates two significant moments in the history of Serbia. The first moment, or the first of those, commemorates the commencement of the Serbian people's fight for independence on the 16th of February in 1804, over, of course, 208 years ago. It was the day when the Serbian people in a village called Orsac started the first Serbian uprisings against the ruling Ottoman Empire, which had suppressed the Serbian people following the Ottoman success in the Austro-Turkish War between 1787 and 1791. The uprising lasted until 1813, and at the end of the Russo-Turkish War of 1806 to 1812. After this war, the Ottoman Empire was able to shift resources to Serbia and overcame the Serbian people. However, the Serbs took a second uprising, starting in 1815, when Serbian leader Miloš Obrenović declared war on the Ottoman Empire. This second uprising was a successful campaign, which came to an end in 1817, where a treaty was signed with the Ottomans and the Principality of Serbia was declared. The second event that's commemorated on Serbian National Day is the signing of the first constitution for the Principality of Serbia, which occurred on the 15th of February 1835. The signing of the constitution was where Serbia transformed from the Ottoman province to an independent parliamentary principality. Serbia was only the second nation that abolished feudalism after France, and the constitution also paved the way for parliamentary democracy to be introduced. And these were indeed radical ideas in Europe at the time at which that occurred. Serbia was not formally recognised as an independent democracy until the Treaty of Berlin in 1878. However, the country operated informally as an independent state since the constitution was signed and continued to fight for formal recognition of independence until 1878. This is why the National Day of Serbia commemorates both these events, the first Serbian uprising and the signing of its constitution. And it was these events which bookended the struggle Serbia undertook in order to find freedom and independence. Since 1835, the Serbian nation has developed into a nation of over 7 million people with an $86 billion economy. And like Australia, indeed like New South Wales, the services sector accounts for the largest portion of its workforce, with around 50% of workers employed in this sector. But Serbia, as we know, has continued to face struggles. There are still tensions between the Serbs, the Croats and the Bosnians, and that resulted in the war in the former Yugoslavia between 1991 and 1999. Australia and indeed New South Wales were willing to help and instituted a humanitarian immigration program for refugees who were impacted by the war. So from 1992 to 1995, there were over 23,000 Serbian refugees settling in Australia by way of the program. In New South Wales, 33,000 Serbian refugees were settled, with 74% of these born in Bosnia or Croatia. Those Serbs who settled in Australia during this period joined thousands who'd made their way to Australia following World War II. And indeed, my parents-in-law were amongst the latter, escaping in the 1950s from the oppressive Tito regime to build their lives happily and safely in New South Wales. The Serbian population has contributed to the development of New South Wales while maintaining their traditional links to Europe. In New South Wales, for example, the Serbian community has has 2 newspapers and Serbian radio programs on SBS. The community has become well established, respected and integrated. And indeed, my father-in-law was a beneficiary of the welcoming arm which New South Wales extended to immigrants. He received a scholarship to study at the University of Sydney to study architecture, and he has since established a successful architectural practice which supported his family. The Parliament and the community, Mr Speaker, are proud to share this important event and days, of course, with other nations to celebrate those who've travelled from all around the world to make Australia their home. So on behalf of the New South Wales Government, the Minister and the Premier, I wish to extend to the Serbian community in New South Wales a successful future as we join with them to celebrate their independence and freedom.